And
Hello, Bashar.
a you good day.
I'm here to say that Russian community want to tell how much they love you and appreciate all the messages you give to them.
It is our pleasure and our passion.
Thank you. And they ask, do we have any channels for Russian-speaking people?
Of course you do.
Well, could you tell there's channel named Nala?
What about it?
Could you tell anything about it?
No,
Why not?
because it's not my job.
Oh, okay.
You will use your synchronicity to find, if that is a permission slip you need, the channels that you need that can translate ideas into the language that you prefer.
Okay. Could you tell how many percentage-wise Russian people living in Russia or close by are ready to shift to the new reality?
About 5%.
5%?
Yes.
Am I in the right train?
By asking the question, no. But if you don't need to ask the question, yes.
I really want to.
Do you understand what we just said to you?
I know.
If you have to ask the question, then that means you're not. If you're on the right train, you don't need to ask the question because you know you're in alignment because you're acting on your passion to the best you can with no assumption and no assistance on the outcome. Are you doing that every moment that you possibly can?
Yes.
Then you're on the right train.
Thank you.
So when you ask, am I on the right train? That means you're doubting that you're following your passion. If you're following your passion, you're not doubting what train you're on. Yes?
Yes.
Simple, isn't it?
Not so much by feelings.
Remember, there is no such thing as a difficult situation, only definitions that make them experienced as difficult. So watch your definitions. If you're having difficulty, look to your definitions and change them, and then things will be easier. You'll go with the flow. Yes?
Yes.
Does that help?
Yes. Could you tell me what my level of vibrations?
At this particular moment,
Yes, please.
you are bouncing around somewhere between 125,000 and 135,000 cycles per second overall.
Thank you. And would you tell if I have any hybrid kids?
You do.
Would you tell how many?
That's an open-ended question because it determines only by the percentage of DNA that any of them might contain.
How can I connect with them?
By following your passion and making yourself a better receiver, a better antenna to higher frequency communication. Yes? And look to your synchronicity, because very often messages from other dimensional levels will more often than not come through the synchronicity that happens in your life that turns your attention to those things. So if you're walking along and some synchronicity happens that suddenly, for no apparent reason, makes you think of the idea of your hybrid children, that's usually an indication that someone is communicating with you. So pay attention to the synchronicity.
Is there any special way I can make it happen?
I just
more
told
easily?
you.
Just
I just told you.
okay.
You're not understanding the formula. Follow your passion every moment that you can, to the best you can, with no insistence and assumption as to what the outcome ought to be, and things will start to synchronistically flow. That's the way it works. I'm giving you an actual description of how reality works. I'm giving you the technique. I'm giving you the instruction manual. You just need to follow the instruction. Simple as that. There are no other instructions necessary. Yes?
Yes.
Make sense?
Yes.
Can it be that simple for you, or do you need it to be more complicated?
I doubt myself a lot.
That means you're trusting in something you don't prefer. That's what doubt is. Doubt is not a lack of trust. Doubt is a 100% trust in something you don't prefer. So start trusting what you do prefer instead. It's up to you. You can put your trust wherever you wish it to be. Why do you trust in things you don't prefer? Does it serve you to do that?
I guess I am taught this way.
All right, well, if you know you're taught that way, then that's the beginning of teaching yourself another way. Because if you're taught that way, you can teach yourself another way, can't you? Can't you?
I try.
I beg your pardon?
I do my best.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Stop trying, and then you will be doing your best. Just be who you prefer to be. You are creating definitions that are making it more difficult for you to change. The very idea that you said, well, I was taught that way, there's an implication in the way you said that that makes it sound like you can't automatically forget everything you were taught about that. You can. You can let all that teaching go in the blink of an eye if you prefer to. But you're thinking that just because you were taught that somehow that makes it stick around longer than it needs to. It doesn't. That's just your definition of what it means to be taught something. But you're creating yourself every moment as a new person, a new person, a new person, a new person. And you are constantly teaching yourself these things over and over and over again. So you can stop teaching yourself these things because no one else is teaching you now except you. So if you don't prefer to keep teaching yourself those things that don't work for you, teach yourself something different because you're a new person. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yes, please. Last time I asked you about head exploding syndrome. You said that is the energy pumping.
Yes.
It happens very often now. It goes through some parts of my body.
All right.
Would you tell me?
You're letting more and more of your true self in. You're letting more energy flow through you. You're practicing getting used to more of your own energy. That's a good sign, yes?
It's a little bit painful still. I do try.
Because there is still resistance, because you're still holding on, as I just explained, to definitions that don't work for you. The more you let those old definitions go, the easier it will be and the less painful it will be to flow that energy through you. But it will be painful as long as you are constricting and resisting because you're holding on to definitions you think you need to hold on to. That's how it works. So let go of the definitions that don't work for you, and it will be less painful. Yes?
Yes.
That's how it works. Simple, simple. This is just physics. That's all it is. Does that help?
Yes.
Thank you.
Can I ask one more question?
That was a question. So now I guess you've used them all up. Go ahead.
Because I don't have anybody else to ask, is my birthday the way I know it? Is it real my birthday?
Is your what?
The birthday date?
What do you think it is?
Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about my real parents either.
Do you gravitate to a certain season or month more than any other? Does a certain month or season seem more comfortable to you, more familiar, more like home to you?
I don't know.
I beg your pardon. Did you say I don't know?
I don't know. I like all seasons.
You like all seasons and every month absolutely equally. Is that what you're saying? Not one month stands out more than any other to you. Is that what you're saying?
You're saying that I have to ask myself about that?
Yes, I'm saying that.
Okay.
See what you are attracted to. If you had to choose, if you were forced to choose a month, what month comes to your mind without thinking about it?
November.
I beg your pardon?
November.
November. Why?
Because I like 11/11.
Because you like 11/11. All right. Does that work for you to share my birthday?
I would love to do that.
Then there you go. 11/11 is your birthday.
Thank you.
Yes?
And one more question, if you can. Are my parents still alive?
I am not going to answer that. Good day.
Thank you.